Every time I come on here and I want to make an opening statement when it comes to NXT and TakeOver in general, I really don't know what to say. All I will say is this, and I don't want to make this a long, blown-out, drawn-out review because there's no need for me to sit here for 30 minutes and go over what happened. I want you guys to go and watch it. If you haven't seen it yet, if you were working late, if you were out doing something, if you were watching the NBA Finals, I want you to go and listen to me, and I want you to stop the review, and I want you to go watch the show. Because what you missed tonight was 2 hours of what makes you proud to be a wrestling fan. Every Monday night, we're given 3 hours of Monday Night Raw, and we're not given 3 hours of wrestling. On Monday night, someone tweeted me a statistic showing me that on Monday Night Raw this past Monday, we got less than 40 minutes of actual wrestling. We got 59 minutes of commercials and 93 minutes of promos. Where's the wrestling on Monday nights? It's not happening on Raw. It's happening on Wednesdays with NXT. Mondays come, and we're excited for Raw, and after the first hour, we're embarrassed to be wrestling fans. We always question what WWE is doing. There's complaints up and down the board. Tonight, with NXT, with TakeOver, every 2-3 months there is a TakeOver special. There is absolutely zero to complain about. The littlest things that I will complain about are things that we've seen that did not happen in the ring. And I will talk about that in a little bit. NXT, to me, is special because we love professional wrestling. We want WWE to thrive. We want WWE to be the best that they can be. And that's what they present to us with NXT. It is the very best that WWE has to offer. And I pose this question. Why do we see what we want on Wednesdays? And why when Monday night comes and when Thursday night comes, we get not even fucking 1/10 of what we seen tonight on NXT with Monday Night Raw? I just don't understand it. How can you be on Monday Night Raw? How can you be on SmackDown? All the way from the top, all the way to the bottom, and everybody in between, including the creative writers. How can you be affiliated with those programs and not be excited for what goes on with NXT every single week leading up to a TakeOver special? How can you not be excited by what you see after 2 hours with NXT TakeOver? Everybody that's on Monday Night Raw, from the top all the way to the bottom, they should be the ones in developmental. Because obviously they're not doing what needs to be done. Everything that NXT has shown, everybody from Triple H all the way down to the fucking ring crew, to the cameramen, to the ring announcers, and everybody in between. They're the ones that need to be on the main roster. They are the ones that need to be showcased. Because tonight makes you proud to be a wrestling fan. NXT TakeOver embodies everything that we want from the WWE. NXT TakeOver 6 or 7 times a year, however many TakeOver specials they have throughout the year. It is WrestleMania 6 or 7 times a year. That's what it means to me. I'm always excited. I drop everything that I'm doing to make sure I'm home on the comfort of my couch watching NXT. I intentionally took off of work today so I did not get stuck with a closing shift so that I can watch NXT TakeOver. And I'm glad that I did that because if I missed this show tonight, I would have been very, very, very disappointed. NXT TakeOver, I don't know what else to tell you each and every time I come on here to open a review and talk about TakeOver. All I'm going to say is NXT makes you proud to be a wrestling fan. And what they did tonight, everybody was worried about the end. It was the end of the beginning. It was on their promo packages. It was on the stage. It was in the fucking logo of the pay-per-view. The end of the beginning. Everybody was worried about the end. This is not the end. What NXT TakeOver tonight and what Triple H did with NXT tonight is they made sure that you are comfortable knowing that NXT is not going anywhere. They have a bright future. We are on the road to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. And NXT is going to thrive and continue that momentum that they had all throughout 2014, into 2015, and well on into 2016 and beyond. They are not going anywhere, and no draft, no brand split is going to stop what they do each and every Wednesday night on the WWE Network. I cannot wait to see what they got going on. through the rest of 2016, and I'm fucking excited, and I am at the forefront of being fully behind what Triple H is doing with NXT, man. Unbelievable fucking product and brand tonight. What an unbelievable show. It's amazing how we can watch this as a community. And we can watch Monday Night Raw as a community. And the vibe and the atmosphere and everybody's attitude is absolutely on the fucking polar opposite of things. It's just unreal. Unreal. Not one complaint tonight about anything. Not one complaint. We complain that Monday Night Raw is 3 hours and we're fucking falling asleep by the end of the first hour. I wouldn't mind an extra hour of NXT TakeOver every single time they do a special event. I'm fucking begging, thirsty for that third hour. When the fucking show ends after 2 hours, I want more. I'm ready to go. I'm doing Out of Nowhere with Joe after this. I'm just excited about everything that brand embodies. And I can't wait. And I hope I'm fortunate enough to be front row, front and center, right on camera, so you can see JD wearing his Roman Reigns Get Off My TV t-shirt. Live, front row at a future NXT TakeOver event, man. It is unbelievable. We complain about everything Monday Night Raw is, and then we're put at ease. Our minds and our eyes are put to rest once we watch NXT, man. Unbelievable fucking show. I can't speak anymore about how great this show was. Wasn't better than Dallas. It is not better than Dallas. I will say that right now. But that's not taking away from anything that this show did. This show was fucking amazing. It wasn't Dallas. It did not have the hype of Dallas. It did not have the build of Dallas. It did not have the capacity crowd like Dallas had. It did not have WrestleMania weekend looming in the background. But what it did was deliver and gave wrestling fans exactly what they want each and every week. And that is wrestling we fucking care about. Plain and simple. Unbelievable show tonight from Full Sail University. Tom Phillips, Corey Graves, my favorite announced team on WWE right now. I love Mauro Ranallo, but if you're talking about a duo, there's nobody better than Phillips and Graves. They were calling the action, as always, from Full Sail University. The opening match was Ty Dillinger versus Andrade Cien Almas. This match went 6 minutes, and I wasn't too pleased when Almas came out. I thought I was watching fucking Savio Vega 2016 come out, walking down the aisle down at NXT TakeOver. But Ty Dillinger, listen, I said this in my preview and predictions. Ty Dillinger is a fucking winner. The guy's gimmick is so fucking simple. The guy is so over. And all I'm thinking about is if this guy makes the main roster, Vince McMahon will not even know what to do with him. Meanwhile, in NXT, this guy is so over enough that he could be NXT champion. The guy's gimmick is simple, man. The perfect 10. And he's Canadian too, man. I don't know what's what you Canadians up there, man, but you breed winners left and fucking right, man. Ty Dillinger is a legit fucking beast. I just have a feeling every time I look at Ty Dillinger, I see Damian Sandow. I see somebody that we know has all the fucking tools to succeed on the main roster. And I feel that if he does get promoted to the main roster, he's going to suffer the Damian Sandow syndrome, and he's going to be booked like shit. Ty Dillinger, NXT Championship material. This guy is so fucking over. It's exciting to hear. The fucking people go crazy for him. His theme music is fucking epic as fuck. I love Ty Dillinger. Perfect match for Andrade Cien Almas. This match went 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes. I wish it went 10 minutes. It only went 5 minutes, 6 minutes. But the match itself was a great opening match. It really set the pace for the show. It was a fun match, and we got to see a little bit of what Almas is about. It was a great match between him and Dillinger, and Almas won his debut at NXT TakeOver at the end. Double knees. Double running knees in the corner at 5 minutes and 18 seconds. And Ty Dillinger is defeated. Great opening match. Very, very, very fast-paced and very fun to open the show tonight. The American Alpha versus the Revival for the Tag Team Championship. I want to explain this to you right now. Why do we watch tag team wrestling in NXT and they get it? The sequence, if you guys were watching, the sequence of events that led to the middle of this match and the story that these two teams told, the sequences of events that went between the Revival and American Alpha before the match really kicked into that second gear. It was American Alpha really leading the charge and dominating the Revival. Great tag team continuity, great tag team action for the first 10 minutes of this match before it picked up. Why don't we see this shit on WWE Raw? Why don't we see this shit on SmackDown? Why do we get a watered-down, boring tag team title match or a tag team match between two teams nobody gives a fuck about? Two teams that aren't built up enough to the point where the crowd is going to even give a shit about them. The thing is, the crowds down at NXT, they love American Alpha. The crowds down at NXT care about the Revival. Not because they love them as far as what they are. They love them because of their character and the way that their heel persona has really come into their own, and they appreciate the in-ring talent that these guys have. All in all, it made for, and you guys were asking me, JD, was this a 5-star tag team title match? I'm not going to label anything a 5-star match. The last 5-star match that I labeled was The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. I wouldn't even go that far to say that Nakamura versus Sami Zayn was a 5-star match. That's a very, very high rating. But tonight, if you want tag team wrestling, if you want something that embodies what tag team wrestling should be, if you want the best tag team match that you're going to see all year on WWE television, this is it. And I am surprised at the outcome of this match. The Revival are the new tag team champions, now 2-time NXT tag team champions, man. This was an unbelievable match. 16 minutes that ended in the shatter machine to Jordan. I don't know what's going on with the tag team Revival in NXT or the tag team division in NXT, but after the match, we had two unknown guys who I believe are the authors of pain. These guys were working NXT house shows. They look like they're two big Samoan guys. They came out. They look like the Usos on steroids dressed as the Shield. That's what they look like. So they came out and they sneak attacked American Alpha after the match. Revival won with the Shatter Machine. They walked off with the tag team titles. And then American Alpha gets beat down, and I'm assuming these guys are going to have a feud with American Alpha leading into TakeOver Brooklyn. I was surprised American Alpha lost the titles because I didn't think they had a proper run with the titles. Then out comes Paul Ellering. Yes, Paul Ellering from the Legion of Doom. He comes out and he stands at the top of the ramp just admiring the fucking destruction that the Authors of Pain gave to American Alpha. And then the Authors of Pain walk up the ramp and are met with Paul Ellering, and then they walk away together. So this could be an unbelievable pairing here. I love when a team as dominant as what these guys shown is paired with a manager of Hall of Fame stature, and it doesn't hurt that his daughter is in NXT as well in the women's division. So this is a win-win situation. Not only do we get another team, but we have the Revival as the 2-time NXT Tag Team Champions, making history, the first time ever that has ever happened for anybody in NXT. And we got a great match out of it, man. You're not going to find a better tag team match than what these four guys did tonight at Full Sail University. It was back and forth action. It was hard hitting. It was tag team wrestling. And I mean teams working together. Tags, double team moves, working as a unit. You know, we don't see that on Monday Night Raw. I haven't seen a match like that on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown in forever. And I don't understand why we can't get something like that on Monday Night Raw. Why we can't get something like that on a pay-per-view. Why does WWE always have to book a fatal four-way or a fucking six-man tag? What happened to tag team wrestling on the main roster? Why is everything that should be done right in NXT, but it's always ignored when it comes to Monday Night Raw? If you take that match tonight that we seen, if you take the exact match we seen on Monday Night Raw, I highly doubt there's no fucking way that anybody in an Oklahoma City crowd cannot fucking pop for what we seen tonight. These guys are unbelievable. I don't understand why we can't get what we seen tonight on Monday Night Raw. It's just mind-boggling to me, man. It's just illogical. It's unbelievable to me. Revival wins, new tag team champions, 2 times now, only team in NXT history to hold the title twice. Austin Aries versus Nakamura. This was the match of the night. I don't give a shit what anybody says. The tag team match was fucking awesome. This match was the match of the night. And now that makes 2 matches in which Nakamura was in this year. And number 1 and number 2 will be Nakamura. Zayn versus Nakamura, and then Nakamura versus Austin Aries. This match, I said it on Twitter. I barely tweeted when this match was taking place because I was in awe, I was in shock, and I was just enjoying what I was seeing in the ring. You are not going to find a harder-hitting, hard-fought match between 2 guys on WWE television all year. This match, not better than Nakamura versus Sami Zayn, and I will go over that in a second, but this match made Austin Aries look like a legit fucking winner. I don't give a shit if he lost the match tonight, and that's what he did. He lost the match, Kinshasa to Austin Aries, 1, 2, 3, 17 minutes. Austin Aries dominated most of this match. Austin Aries took the L, but that does not mean it doesn't make Austin Aries look any less of a winner tonight. Nakamura may be the official winner, but Austin Aries comes out the true winner in that because Nakamura needed to win this. He is going to go on and be number 1 contender for the NXT Championship. But that doesn't mean Austin Aries is a loser, even though he will have the L next to his name in the record books. Austin Aries versus Nakamura will happen again on a bigger stage with the title on the line. Because after tonight, not only does Aries deserve it, Aries proved to everybody exactly what he's worth in NXT. He wanted to be the best. He wants to be the best in the world. He wanted to fight the best. He wants to make a name for himself. He certainly did that tonight. And there's a reason why I wanted Austin Aries to come into WWE from TNA. It's exactly what we seen tonight and why I wanted him to come into WWE. What he did tonight was phenomenal. Phenomenal. This match was all over the place, and it was the complete opposite of what we seen with Sami Zayn and Nakamura. Nakamura's debut was at NXT Dallas. And that match had a certain stigma to it, had a certain aura and a certain feeling to it because that was Sami Zayn's last match. We all knew that. We all knew that was Sami Zayn's last match. Mixed with 9,000 plus in Dallas, in that crowd, in that arena, going crazy for the first time ever to see Nakamura in the WWE ring with Sami Zayn being that his last match in NXT. You had adrenaline running fucking through the roof that you could not top. No crowd in WWE is going to be able to top that this year. It was a completely different animal at TakeOver at the end. Austin Aries and Nakamura, I thought they were going to go into this trying to recreate what they did with Sami Zayn. It was the complete opposite. Nakamura was down for the first, I'd say, 11 minutes of this match. He was getting his ass kicked. Aries was in control. Nakamura, for the first time in the WWE ring, looked outmatched. And remember what I've been telling you. When Austin Aries went against Baron Corbin, Corbin should have been wrestling the style Austin Aries is used to wrestling, not the other way around. Austin Aries wrestled the pace and wrestled the type of match that he is comfortable with and that he thrives in, and it showed. Tonight, Austin Aries was the real winner here, even though Nakamura won. Nakamura is going to go on to fight Samoa Joe at Brooklyn. That's my prediction. But Austin Aries, do not underestimate this man. He will be back in line for an NXT Championship match sooner rather than later. And when we get Nakamura versus Aries 2, not only is it going to trump what we've seen tonight, but with the title on the line, those guys are going to fucking steal the year for WWE NXT, man. What a great fucking match. If this match was the only match on the card, I'd give this match a fucking 9.5 out of 10. I'd give this fucking card a 9.5 out of 10. Unbelievable match. One match you guys are going to go out and watch. 17 minutes and 5 seconds. Kinshasa to Austin Aries. Nakamura wins, making him probably the number 1 contender for the NXT Championship. Nia Jax versus Asuka. Now, this match did not have the fanfare that a Bayley versus Sasha Banks would have. You know, it didn't have the fanfare that Asuka versus Bayley had. Nia Jax is coming into her own, and it's always great to see the progression of certain superstars as we watch week to week to week, and we can see and we can feel that they're getting better. Nia Jax, green as fuck when she first came into the WWE. You see her coming into her own. She's becoming more of a dominant monster. She's playing up her size. She's becoming the monster heel that she is supposed to be, and it's a great thing to see. And she did that tonight, man. The things that she did to make sure that the crowd knew she was dominant. She manhandled Asuka in certain situations. She bent Asuka around the ring post on the outside, breaking her back. She was flinging Asuka around. The size and the intensity that Nia Jax has been bringing to WWE television and her character lately is very refreshing, and it's great to see. Asuka, on the other hand, is undefeated in NXT and in WWE. She beat Bayley for the title, and I didn't think Asuka was going to lose this match, period, because there's no reason why she should lose it. WWE is legit building one of the most dominant women in company's history with Asuka as its women's champion for NXT, and that's exactly what she did. She continued that dominance. She beat Nia Jax, running knee to the head at 9 minutes and 9 seconds. There was one part of this match that I tweeted out was brilliant on WWE's behalf, producing this match. Whoever produced this match gets a fucking round of applause from me, man. There was a moment at the end where Nia Jax was on her knees, and she's screaming at Asuka to fucking kick her in the head. Come on, what do you got? Kick me. A primal yell like fucking Xena Warrior Princess. Asuka kicks her, runs off the ropes, gets her in the fucking head with a running knee. 1, 2, 3. And the image of Nia Jax screaming for Asuka to fucking kick her and kick her and kick her and try and put her down was just brilliant, man. It's a testament to how tough Nia Jax is, and it's a morale boost for her character, man. Nia Jax couldn't put her away, and Asuka's just fucking, what do I gotta do? And Nia Jax says, come on, hit me with your best shit. She did. 1, 2, 3. Nia Jax was knocked out, but she looked good in defeat as well. And that's an important thing, a very important theme for this show. The losers, not only did they lose, but they looked good doing it. And that's how you build a successful fucking roster, and that's how you build successful character development. Everybody that lost tonight looked good doing it. That is the most important aspect of this show. Asuka wins. She retains the title. I am assuming Nia Jax is going to ask for her rematch. I'm assuming Bayley is going to ask for her rematch. And I'm assuming we're going to get a triple threat at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn for SummerSlam weekend. And then finally, the main event, steel cage match. Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. I will say this about the steel cage, man. I wish they went back to the blue steel cage. I love the old school blue steel cage. That would have fit beautifully in modern day WWE. A revised version of the blue steel cage. This new steel cage, it looks better. It's more easy on the eyes than the steel cages that they used in the past. But I do not like the top of the cage. I think that top of the cage is going to serve as a problem for many that climb over. A lot of guys can get hurt. There's a lot more foot room at the top of the ledge of that cage, but I just have a feeling the way it sticks out, the edges of that cage, the top of the cage, I have a feeling someone's going to get hurt on that if they continue to use that going forward. That's just my thought on that, but the end. Finn Balor, wearing the black and white face paint, comes out as the Demon. Bullet Club colors. What did that mean? A lot of you guys were tweeting me. Maybe it's symbolism. I don't know what it was for, but Finn Balor looked beast tonight, as always. His entrance, he had 3 separate steel cage pieces standing in front of him, and he was standing behind the cage with his tongue out like Gene Simmons. He fucking shoves the cage down, and he starts crawling on the cage as it's laying on the floor, and he does this shit. Every time Finn Balor makes an entrance, you drop what you're doing, and you watch this man, and you just sit there amazed. We haven't seen an entrance like this since The Undertaker, and can you imagine that in front of 80,000 fucking people? I can, and I can't wait to see it happen. And tonight, we may actually get that sooner rather than later. Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. The end. Balor loses tonight. He loses to Joe in the steel cage, and it took a muscle buster off the fucking top rope, off the second rope, to fucking put down the Demon. I thought the Demon, you guys had me convinced that, JD, the Demon is undefeated. Nobody's going to beat the Demon. The Demon's going to remain undefeated tonight. Well, the Samoan submission machine proved you all wrong. Muscle buster, 2 of them. One off the second rope, beat the Demon tonight. Finn Balor's end has come. Maybe he's in Money in the Bank. Maybe he shows up on Raw. Maybe he shows up after Money in the Bank. I don't know. But all we know is that Finn Balor's time has come. Finn Balor's end is here. Finn Balor is moving to the main roster. Samoa Joe retains the NXT Championship in a great match. It was not better than Dallas. Everything that Dallas was just so great, man. Dallas is once in a lifetime, including the Balor-Joe match. That was the best match that these guys had. Seriously. It was stopped 4 or 5 times due to blood loss, but the crowd mixed with everything that transpired in that ring on that night could not be topped. They gave the title to Joe at a house show, and then they come here to Full Sail on this takeover special, the end, and Joe beats Balor in the final match to this feud. It's a testament to both guys. Triple H said this on the conference call. It's a testament to both guys that they took this feud that was 7 months building. Took 7 months to build this feud, and we all gave a shit about it 7 months after the fucking fact. 7 months since their first match. How quickly do we get bored with shit on the main roster? Because WWE rushes into shit, and they don't script shit correctly, and they don't do things the right way. We're bored of shit after fucking 1 month. These guys took a feud over a title for 7 months, and they ended it inside a steel cage. They ended it inside a gimmick match that called for it to happen. This match needed this type of stipulation and this type of environment to end it. The cage signifies the end. 7 months to the end. Balor loses. He's moving up. Joe is still your champion. Joe versus Nakamura will be the main event at TakeOver Brooklyn, and I can't fucking wait. Joe is dominant. Joe is unbelievable. Joe's character coming into WWE has probably been his best work in his fucking career. Balor's one of the best in the world. He's going to be on the main roster. Hopefully they do right by him. And Joe is becoming one of the best things on WWE television, period. And that includes SmackDown and Raw. And he's quickly becoming one of the very, very, very few, one of the elite few, that if you put him in the ring with Brock Lesnar, he's going to make you believe he can actually legit fuck Brock Lesnar up. And I can't wait to see that happen. WWE would be criminal to not have that fucking happen before Brock Lesnar steps away from the WWE. Finn Balor loses. Samoa Joe wins, retains the title, and that concludes NXT TakeOver. Now, the only complaint that I have tonight, is Bobby Roode. I'm fucking thrilled that Bobby Roode is there. I can't wait to see Bobby Roode. But William Regal was in the back conducting a fucking interview, and behind him walks Bobby Roode. William Regal turns around as if he knew Bobby Roode was there. He walks into his office. William Regal's stunned and shocked, and he's got this what the fuck is going on look. I don't know how William Regal knew Bobby Roode was walking behind him to turn his back, but it looked like Bobby Roode was holding a cup of coffee. Maybe, I'm going to assume, William Regal smelled the coffee as Bobby Roode strolled on right by him from behind as he walked into his office. I'll let that one slide, because it's illogical that William Regal knew someone was walking behind him as he was conducting an interview and speaking to Andrea, or whatever the fuck her name is. But Bobby Roode walked into his office. Bobby Roode is there. More than likely, he's signed. Eric Young's going to be signed. Moose, I'm hearing rumors that he was in attendance backstage at NXT TakeOver. I don't know what's going on with that, but he's still on the Ring of Honor contract. Neville was in the crowd. NXT will be fine. NXT will be fine. I don't think WWE is going to strip NXT immediately of its talent. I think they're going to let things play out a little bit. We're going to wait till after the draft. But all in all tonight, TakeOver was unfucking believable. It wasn't the show Dallas was. Dallas was once in a lifetime. I'm not comparing this to anything, and it would be unfair to this show if you compare it to anything else. This tonight was a special show, a great show, a show that we deserved after what we seen on Monday night. Thank God for NXT on Wednesdays, man. We finally get to be wrestling fans when NXT is on, man. Thank you for the review, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you're thinking down below. Let me know what you thought of tonight's show, and I'll be back with more great WWE content. Off the Script this Friday. The iTunes podcast is up right now, man. Link is down below. Go check that shit out. iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, AudioBoom, and Google Play. As I get on out of here, I got to do Out of Nowhere with Joe. We're going live. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Take care. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll be back with Off the Script on Friday, episode 121. I'm JD, and I'll talk to you guys later, man. Take over. Go watch it.